It's just to make sure that I haven't listened to any.
Are
But
you sufficiently warm now with that on?
I am, yeah. I thought I'd get a bit of fresh air into the house, and then I realised sat here in a t-shirt. I was getting a little bit chilly, so I've gone for a coat. I've gone fully thermal, so I'm here. I'm warm. I'm on it.
Hello, viewer. Welcome to Full Record Jacket with Phil and Ben, who's in a full jacket. So, 1990, Ben. We've got a little bit of the month left. We've got to find our three favourite albums of 1990 each.
Yeah. Well. One of mine may already be decided because guess what came in the post this week?
Was it 12 inches square?
Let me get my...
And round inside when he took it out of the jacket. And wrapped in cellophane and cardboard. And
it wasn't wrapped in cellophane because it's not new. But it is Betty Boo.
Doing the do.
Yeah, I mean, I could just look at that album cover for a long time. I think in her eyes, she's sort of looking at me. It's like that Lord Kitchener poster. Everywhere I look, she's just looking. Okay,
Betty Boo needs you. Yeah,
she does need me. So I bought that this week because more for the fact I was quite surprised by the album itself, because I always had a false memory in my mind that she was more pop than sort of hippity hoppity.
She was more hip hop. She had like a cool element to her. She was considered to be a bit cool, a little bit sort of cutting edge.
Yes, yeah.
She wasn't a Stock Aitken Waterman pop star.
Drum machine sort of.
She was in NME and stuff.
Yeah. And now Philster, she's in my living room. Look. And I want to know, somebody might be able to tell me, but the sleeve art is done by George Miller. And I'm wondering whether he is the brother of Frank Miller from the comic book genre. He did things like Sin City and stuff like that.
Yeah, okay. I'd have no idea about that. So that's... So
if anybody knows, please let me know in the comments below, so then I will know. There's a bit of hip hopping in there, a bit of rapping.
So 1990, what have we got?
Well, the only one I've listened to this week. Now, I was going to go back and listen to Ride's album, and I haven't.
Which you seriously need to do.
I know. I will do that definitely this week. I think I've got my top three. One that is tickling my top three is Goodbye Jumbo by World Party, because we have changed this slightly, haven't we? We did discuss this the other day. We're not trying to find the best album of the 90s, but our favourite album of the 90s, because trying to find the best album of the 90s involves far much more work than we actually took into consideration when I came up with this idea. So we're trying to find our favourite album of the 90s, and Goodbye Jumbo does have a lot of elements of stuff that I like. There's guitars. I can see the New Radicals influences, and not influences, but where they got some of their influences from. I actually quite like Goodbye Jumbo.
Now,
so that might be another one I may purchase.
Now, were you a fan of that album in 1990?
No, I remember the TV adverts for it, but I didn't ever listen to it in 1990. I did listen to...
But do you listen to it in the 90s?
No, I listened to it the first time a couple of years ago.
Right, so that's interesting, because generally we tend to gravitate towards those records that we knew at the time and have some kind of, nostalgic value for us. So if it's an album that you've only discovered in the last couple of years and it's knocking on the top three for the year, that's quite good, isn't it, really, in a way?
Yeah. I mean, bear in mind, in 1990, I only was 10 and 11. And I think my mum and dad had a CD player by then. And the CDs kicking around were Smash Hits 88, Alita Adams. Do you remember her?
I remember her vaguely.
My mum had Alita
player, songwriting.
Yeah. Get Here If You Can. That one.
Yeah.
There was a Bread album. there's a few others kicking around, but nothing that I was sort of. I mean, like I say, it's 1990. I was into World in Motion, New Order, MC Hammer, and that's probably about it from 1990. That springs to mind of my musical knowledge background of my mind sort of time. I was more interested in football and stuff like that. I didn't used to sit and listen to music unless my mum had it on. Or we had it on in the car. But when we were in the car, there was a lot of country and western, Roy Orbison, stuff like that. So my time was basically football, sleep, eat, football, in that order.
Similar to now, really. Yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But I do listen to more music now, not as much as I should, as you can see by the collection of unlistened to albums. But no, I really enjoyed Goodbye Jumbo. It's another one of those albums that I put on and instantly I warm to it. It's not offensive. I don't have to force myself to listen to it, if you know what I mean.
I need to try that out then. I had to listen to a bit of A Tribe Called Quest.
Oh, I want to listen to that one.
Which I thought was good. It was fine. I mean, I don't know if it's going to supplant Public Enemy as my favourite rap album of the earth.
No, I did Fear of a Black Planet. I did really enjoy that.
I do like. The thing is, I've liked that for quite a while, so it's going to take a while to take something to supplant that as a rap album. I did have a listen again to the Ride album, and it definitely has got better. I wasn't into it at the time, but I have to say, it is good.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to listen to it, aren't I? Again, I did listen to it in the car on the way home, and I found it a bit dreary. But second time around, Philster. Second time around.
Second or third time.
They say it's about marriage, don't they? It's better the second time around.
It will be. I tell you, the second or third time, you might start to click with you. The amazing thing about Ride, they were only aged around sort of 18, 19, a lot of them at the time they made that album. It's quite amazing how sophisticated it is.
Because I see Andy Bell is now, he's in a super group, isn't he? It's Andy Bell, Zach Starkey, what's his name? Lead singer of Happy Mondays.
Sean Ryder.
Sean Ryder and Bez.
Okay, yeah.
So they're in a super group together. I saw the other day. But they have nothing to do with 1990. They don't exist yet for another 33 years. So that last sentence I just said means nothing. But no, I did enjoy World Party. I will revisit the Ride album. I still don't think it's going to make my top three. I think my top two are there. My third one is really difficult, more difficult than I thought it would be.
Yeah, I've got about 5 or 6 that could be the top 3. Yeah. I don't know which ones are going to go, but if it's my favourite, I might have to go with the ones that I really liked the most or still like.
Yeah.
It's probably going to end up being that nostalgic loyalty factor is probably going to
I think that's what's going to sort of, because I really, really do like Fear of a Black Planet, but I've only listened to it those couple of times recently. So it doesn't have that sort of...
no memories associated with it.
Yes, yeah.
It's not firing those synapses in your brain to make you think, oh, I love this again, you know.
Yeah. And I think that's what this chart is going to be based on, those albums. We're going to discover new albums, what we've never listened to before. Sorry, I'm fiddling with my mic because it's the little brackets come loose and it keeps tilting down. So yeah, there's... I think I know what my top 3 are going to be. And like I said, World Party could squeeze in there because it does make me remember other albums.
You see the Lars. I put the Lars on the other day, and I thought this is really good as well.
Yeah,
and I wasn't into it in 1990. I didn't discover it till a few years after. So, you know, but I did like it in the 90s. So
yeah, well, the Lars is one of those albums which is challenging the third place. I've got the Lars, the Charlatans, Fear of a Black Planet. Obviously Betty Boo. So there's quite a few there that are sort of knocking at the door, trying to get in. But will they? That is the question.
What do you think of the Betty Boo out? Do you think, because when I heard it, I thought it does sound a little bit dated. Is that fair?
I think a lot of these albums from 1990, and I think you'll get it up until 94, 95. I think 90, 91, 2 and 3 we're going to have a lot of dated production. I will say this about Betty Boo. I do enjoy it, but it wouldn't be like Morning Glory where I could listen to it over and over and over again at the just put it on repeat. It's that sort of a bit like Fear of a Black Planet and stuff like that, where you can easily become tired of it after a while. It's almost, but Betty Boo doing the do, I do remember that quite thing as a kid. I watched the video to it. I don't think, because obviously MTV and everything wasn't readily available to a lot of us in 1990, so I don't recall ever seeing the video. So I watched that for the first time the other day. So, and then I rewatched it, and the second time I watched it, I made sure I had some wet wipes on hand.
The less said about that, the better.
But yeah, so I mean, next week, I mean, it'll be when we record, possibly next Friday, Saturday, or next weekend, whenever it is. That's when we've got to draw a list up, haven't we? So, and I already think I know one of yours, and I haven't been able to listen to it because it's not on streaming services. So
okay.
I haven't listened to it because I just thought, Phil will put it in anyway. So
there's one of these that's not on Spotify. Is it? Yes, because it's probably by someone who took himself off Spotify. Am I thinking correctly? Yeah. So yeah, that's possible. It is on Amazon Music and all the other streams. It's just
I've got that.
It's not on Spotify.
And I've got YouTube Music.
Yeah, it's on there. I think it's on there.
Oh, I'll have to have a listen then, just to sort of.
It's just Spotify that it's not on.
Okay, but yeah, no. As far as 1990 goes, I think I'm almost there. I think, but it could change in the next 7 days. You never know. But like I said, I'll listen to the Ride album again, merely just to get it set in my own head to what I think of it, more than what I don't think it's going to crack my top 3.
No, but we need to make sure it gains your respect.
Yes, yeah, and it may well do. If it doesn't, I will tell you, and I will tell you my reasons why. But if it does, then as I've said before, I'm a completely different music listener to you, aren't I? For you hear the production and all that sort of stuff, as I sort of just hear what comes at me, if that makes any sense. You are the 5-course fine dining meal, whereas I'm just the happy box of McDonald's, just a burger and chips kind of guy.
You're basically saying I'm the geek, basically.
Yeah. I am the yin to your yang.
It fits. So,
it does.
There you go, viewers. Have we got any more 1990 albums that we should be considering for our top 3? Are the ones that you think should go through in case
There's
we
only a
don't
week left.
Put them?
Only a week left.
There's a viewer nomination. I mean, there is a viewer nomination to go through as well, isn't there? Because we're going to put through 6 albums and then we have a viewer one. That's the idea, isn't it? Because then we have 12 times.
So the Ride album could get through anyway by default.
Yeah, because then we'd end up with 70 albums.
That's a lot of albums, isn't it?
So 72. We do need to have. We need to have
70 albums. I think we need 72 though, don't we?
Yeah, we need 72 because.
Well, we can do an honourable mention each. An album that may, because once you get to sort of 96 sort of time, you got all that Britpop sort of Ocean Could Have Seen, etc. They may not make the top 3, but you think, oh, do you know what? That's a good album. Like their B-sides album, B-sides, Free Rides and C-sides. I really love that album. So that could be one of my additional ones. Are we allowed compilations?
a
compilations allowed?
No, well, I think it has got to really be a proper album that came out that wasn't full of material that already come out before.
Because I think it's 93, 94, one of my favourite albums at the time, and probably one of my favourite albums, Bon Jovi's Crossroads.
Well, that is a compilation, isn't it?
It is. So
I don't think that counts. I think a B-sides album is okay because those are tracks that were not on an album before, so it kind of makes a new album in the sense that that material was not in the album format. But I think a greatest hits album, I think that's pushing it really. I don't think we can really allow a greatest hits album. Even some of the very iconic greatest hits albums are not.
Oh, 1 second, Phil. 1 second. John Bon, how you doing? Yeah, I've asked him. No, he said no. Yeah, I know. I've tried. No. Listen, I've tried arguing the case. Yeah, you can't say that about him. No, I won't. Well, maybe he is a little bit of that. Yeah, I can see him right now. Yeah. I think you're right. Yeah. Don't worry about it. No worries. Okay. Give my love to the kids. No worries. Cheers. Bye. Love you. Bye. Love you. Now you hang up. Bye.
He'll just have to enter Slippery When Wet instead, won't it? Well, mind you, that was from the 80s, wasn't it? So,
yeah. Sorry, that was my friend John Bon.
Yeah, we gathered.
Yeah.
How's his voice these days? It hasn't been too impressive recently, has it?
He sounded all right there. I mean, he was just coming out of table tennis. He plays down the local village hall. Does it every Sunday, 11 till 1. He goes down. He makes a tease afterwards. He makes a real mean scone and jam. In case you wanted to know that about John Bon Jovi. So, yeah. So, no Crossroads. So, that's that off my list. And now 27 or 28, because that's one that always sticks in my mind. So, maybe we could do the best compilation of the 90s. As an add-on.
Just so you
Christmas
can get Bon
special.
Jovi into there.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, because you've got the master plan as well.
But surely the Bon Jovi compilation, not that I'm an expert on it, but doesn't that contain largely 80s music? I mean, it's not even a compilation of 90s music, is it? On the whole, it's 80s and 90s on there.
But it was released in the 90s.
Definitely can't be allowed for a 90s album. So it's
okay, I'll have it. I'll let him know anyway, because
let him know. I know
we've got salsa class on Wednesday, so I'll let him know when I see him there. Right, so I'm listening to Ride. I'm going to listen to Tribe Called Quest, and then that's me done for 1990.
What do I need to listen to for 1990?
I still think you should go and listen to Let Them Eat Bingo by Beats International.
All right, okay.
And the Sundays album, Reading, Writing and Arithmetic, that was quite a good little album. And I know one that you haven't listened to.
What's that?
He's named after a tool.
Spanner, Hammer.
I know,
MC Hammer.
Muck Hammer. I wonder if anybody ever used to call him Muck Hammer.
I don't know. The Scottish rapper, yeah.
Yeah, Scottish rapper, yeah. Come on his kill. My brother was telling me once, he worked for the guy. I can't remember if he said he worked with him, but he had an alluring aftershave on. And my brother asked him what the aftershave was called, and he said it was called Poor Homie. He said a poor hom.
That was
poor homie.
the lowest earning rapper in the business.
Yeah. So Muck Hammer. So you need to listen to Muck Hammer as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
perhaps that should be Irish. It's MC, not MAC. Perhaps he's an Irish rapper. But I'll check out.
Was McDonald's Irish?
Yeah, I'll check out.
Tag them in. We can get free burger.
Okay, 1990s drawing to a close, but it ain't finished yet. So, thank you, viewers. Let us know your 1990 nominations. Bye for now.